Don't post YouTube Shorts to your channel. It will ruin your channel's average watch time. Never use the community tab on YouTube. It makes the algorithm angry. YouTube only really works for big creators nowadays. Make sure your videos are 10 minutes long or else YouTube will never recommend them. YouTube is just really harsh to small creators. It really doesn't matter what the video is about. Just use a clickbait thumbnail and you get tons of views. It's far too late to start a YouTube channel now. Just give up. YouTube is just oversaturated nowadays. I can't upload a video without it performing badly online. Maybe I should try this again, that you post your videos on, because YouTube looks at that and the most money. Do this pressing my channel videos. Why don't we just take a second to calm down, shall we? There have been a ton of myths about YouTube over the years. Some of them are completely old information and not relevant anymore, and some of them are just completely wrong. And one thing that confuses a lot of newer and seemingly older creators as well is what's real and what's not real. Things like, does quality even matter on YouTube? Do YouTube Shorts hurt your channel? And if they do you post them on a second channel to avoid that? And YouTube is just completely oversaturated nowadays, and you just need to be lucky to be successful. So today we're going to talk about them, share my thoughts on them, and talk about why I think a lot of these myths are holding you guys back. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're doing fine and dandy today. Today's video, we're talking about myths. More specifically, YouTube ones. A lot of these actually came from you guys. I put up a community post a couple of weeks ago on my channel asking you guys to post your 3 biggest YouTube myths that you think exist on the platform today. So I went through that list, picked out some of the most popular ones that I saw, and I'm going to talk about them in this video. And yes, I know there's plenty of myths out there, but I thought I'd pick out some of the big ones and focus on them in this video. So with that said and done, let's jump in and start off with number 1, and that is you need to post weekly in order to be successful on YouTube. I highly recommend, if you are looking to grow a YouTube channel, that you do post weekly. For the main reason being is that it gets you into the habit of making videos. It gets you into the process of creating content on a consistent basis, and it helps you meet deadlines so you can be more focused on getting content out on a regular basis. And that's hard when you're first starting out. It is really tricky to get into the habit of making content on a regular basis, so forcing yourself and setting yourself a deadline to post weekly helps you keep that consistency. But the common thing that I hear is that you need to post weekly in order to be successful, and that's a yes and no answer for that one. Yes, I'd recommend posting weekly because having content to post is better than not having content at all, but no, because it's not the case for everybody. Just because you don't post weekly doesn't mean you won't be successful. A good example for this is if you look at channels like Mark Rober, for example, where his videos are very detailed, they're very in-depth, and they're very long, and he posts them once a month or months apart, and they gain a ton of views, and he's built his channel off of that kind of content. And as you start becoming more consistent with your content and YouTube recommends your videos more and more, having more videos on your channel is better than having less. Because if one video does really well, that could easily propel the other videos on your channel as well. So no, weekly uploads does not guarantee success, but it does make you more consistent with your content, which is an important thing to remember when you are trying to grow on YouTube. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. Let's move on to number 2, and that is quantity over quality. And does quality even matter on YouTube anymore? This one is more of a personal answer for me. I think some of the creators may agree or disagree with what I say here, but in my personal opinion, when you're first starting out, you should focus on quantity rather than quality. Let me explain why. I personally believe that the more videos you make, the better you get over time. You become better at speaking at camera, become more natural, you become better at editing, better at writing. Your video production process becomes easier and your quality improves over time. And most people obsess over quality a little bit too much, when really it's a very subjective matter. Something that's quality for me is completely different to something that's quality for you guys. The barrier for entry for quality content is getting lower and lower every time. I mean, look at phones nowadays. They can shoot 4K or 1080p, and even the new iPhones can do cinematic mode, which is plenty of quality for the starting YouTuber. So a good way to think about it is like this. How many videos do you want to release per week? Let's say 1 to 2 videos at least when you're first starting out, and then I would use that to determine the quality of those videos that I can maintain to get them out every single week. But like I said before, the more videos you make, the better you become at making videos. You become more efficient at making videos, so you can spend more time on the quality when you know how the video process works. You see how that comes full circle now? So, my own thoughts on that one, get your videos out there. Start posting consistently to build the process, build the habit of making videos. Get them out as often as you can, and the more you do, the better you become. It's very simple. But Sam, what if I start out making really bad videos and they end up hurting my channel? Funny you should ask that, because the next myth I want to talk about is about poor performing videos and if they negatively affect your channel. I see this one a lot, and funnily enough, it comes from older creators on the platform that a poor performing video will negatively affect your channel and thus hurt future uploads when you upload them. From the data that I've seen and the research that I've done, I've seen no evidence to suggest that a poor video will affect a channel and hurt its future uploads. How? Let me explain. Each video has independent metrics, and YouTube looks at those independent metrics and treats that video based on its engagement from viewers. And then based on the engagement from those viewers, it will then push it out to its recommendation system. Metrics like CTR, watch time, average view duration, likes, dislikes, comments, all of those things come into play when YouTube recommends a video. And logically, it makes sense. Like, why would YouTube look at your channel when it comes to recommending videos? If poor stats from your channel were taken into account, then no channel would ever be successful on YouTube. It would never recommend any video from any channel anywhere. No videos would ever blow up or gain traction, and growth on the platform would be near impossible. And I've seen many channels that have had poor performing videos blow up because one video did really well. It actually happened on the Alpha Gaming channel. YouTube is just live data that you get based on the performance of your videos, and you can use that data to improve your videos, old and new. So no, I don't think your poor channel stats hurt your videos in any way or any future uploads you may do, because look at every channel on YouTube that is successful now. They started off bad and they've ended up becoming successful. So don't let that stop you. But let's move on and talk about our next one on the list, and that is, by not liking this video, you get a lifetime of bad luck. Just kidding. But if you do want to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. But seriously, the next one on the list is probably the biggest one, and that is YouTube Shorts. Do they hurt your channel? And if they do you need a second channel for them? This one is a hot topic, and from what I've seen and what YouTube have said, no, Shorts do not hurt your YouTube channel. In fact, they are incredible to grow a YouTube channel with. They are easy to make, and the return on them could be huge. Many successful YouTubers like Peter McKinnon and Dr. Disrespect are using them to create additional content for their viewers. And another thing I've been asked is, do I need a second channel? And that really depends. It depends on the kind of content that you make. If you make gaming videos and you want to upload cooking shorts, might not be the best idea to put them both on the same channel. I'd recommend a second channel for those shorts, ideally, but keeping shorts on your main channel, as long as they fit the umbrella of the kind of content you're making, will not hurt your channel. In fact, if you are making short form content and long form content on the same channel, tell your audience in both of those areas. If you're making long form videos, tell your audience you're making shorts. If you make shorts, tell your shorts audience you make long form videos, and then try and create a hybrid audience of both the types of content you make on your channel. And the same applies to live content that you might make on your channel. The people say that live videos and live streams hurt your channel. That's simply not the case. Many creators, like Think Media for example, will actually do live streams on their channel but then turn them into videos later on. You can then go into the YouTube editor and you can trim the start and end of that stream and get rid of all the junk, and you can leave it up as a full-length YouTube video. And by the way, it's not a bad thing to leave your streams up on your YouTube channel because videos are recommended on an individual basis, but I recommend following some of the basic practices of YouTube to make them more clickable, having a thumbnail and a really good title to increase that viewership, increase the click-through rate on those past live streams. Or you can enlist them if you really want to and put them in a playlist on your channel so your returning viewers can watch them if they want to. That decision, as well as making a second shorts channel, is completely up to you. But back to shorts real quick. Should you start making them? Yes. Do they hurt your channel? No, not really. And do you need a second channel for them? It depends on your content and what you want to turn shorts into and use them for on your channel. Shorts are very new and there's not a ton of data on what works well, so start experimenting, make a second channel, put them on your main channel, find what works well for you and your content. And now on to the final myth. YouTube growth. It's all just luck nowadays, and YouTube doesn't care about the smaller creators. I get this a lot, that YouTube is just harsh to small creators and it only cares about the big boys on the platform. Well, those big boys on the platform were once small YouTubers. You just need to look and see they had to start from somewhere. If you are a small YouTuber and you're just starting out, the biggest thing that I can recommend is to just do more on YouTube. YouTube likes to see what you're making. It will recommend your videos based upon the more data it collects from you. So just start making videos, start making more content, and the more you make, the higher your chances are of being discovered. But needing luck to be able to grow on YouTube is an interesting phrase, because it's correct, there is a level of luck required to grow on YouTube. Just like there's a level of luck required to not be hit by a car on your way to work. Or it's just as lucky as finding a $10 bill in the street. The point being, there's always an element of luck to everything in life, from your job to your career or to the goals you want to achieve. It still requires hard work and it still requires patience to see the best results. Look, guys, I know how easy it is to point at someone and go, they just got lucky. But it's simply not the case. Nothing on YouTube is out of your control. You have control over every aspect of the entire process, from uploading the video, to titling it, to thumbnailing it, to the descriptions and tags, to even what the video is about. You have control over the entire thing. And start doing things that will actually grow your channel. Don't chase subscribers. Try and build an audience that will watch your videos. Don't go for 4,000 watch hours. Instead, try and create content that keeps people engaged and watching for a lot longer. Learn how to create clickable titles and thumbnails, and learn and invest time into new skills that will help you make better videos. Start focusing on providing value in your videos and making them the best you possibly can. And with that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and thought it was helpful to you, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And until next time, take care.